So thank you so much for this comment. I wanted to talk a little bit more about it and just kind of give my my opinion on it. So I remember reading this scene in the book, and of course it was a little bit different, but envisioning and reading the book, I'm like, okay, Belly's definitely gonna just run after Conrad the second she sees him, and he's gonna just turn around and just like walk away, and she's definitely gonna run after him. Obviously that didn't happen, but I also don't think Belly really considered it a chore to run after Conrad. I think between Belly and Jeremiah, I think Belly was more of the logical choice to go after him, mainly because Belly's known for being a lot more rational and a lot more calm when it comes to conversations, whether she's having conversation with Conrad, or even when she's having a conversation with Jeremiah, like involving someone else. So an example of that is when they're talking to Julia for the first time. Belly sees that Jeremiah is getting heated, and she kind of immediately steps in a lot more of a calm, rational, understanding voice, and really like soothes down the frustration that Jeremiah has. And when she's having conversations with Conrad, and she senses that Conrad's very tense and very worked up, she's like literally the only one that can calm him down. So when they're deciding what to do when the air conditioning goes out and they decide to go on the boardwalk, Belly puts her hand on Conrad's shoulder. Conrad immediately calms down. Belly's the only one that can do that. Obviously, she has the magic touch. But my point is, I don't think Conrad wanted to see Jeremiah. He probably didn't want to see Belly either. But in that moment, I think it was a lot easier for Belly to just go and talk to him and try and find out like where his head was at. I don't think it was all that successful of a conversation between the two of them, but it was definitely better than the two boys like trying to beat each other up, which obviously could have happened. But yeah, I definitely don't think that she considered it a chore. It was just a very uncomfortable moment for all three of them. And I mean, they couldn't just let him walk away. Kind of the situation that they were in, they had his car, they had his keys, like they didn't really know what to do going forward. So, but I definitely appreciate this. And I just kind of wanted to give my insight on it.
It is finally time to talk about The Summer I Turned Pretty and The Great Gatsby. I have been waiting so long to talk about this, and this last episode really confirmed for me so many parallels. The most important being Laurel's conversation with Belly on the phone. She says, you have to ask yourself, are you remembering what you had together in the past, or looking forward to what you could have? And this episode ends, of course, with Belly stating, the future is unclear, but it's still mine. And this to me was a direct parallel to this quote from The Great Gatsby. Gatsby believed in the green light, the orgastic future that year by year recedes before us. It eluded us then, but that's no matter. Tomorrow we will run faster, stretch out our arms farther. One of the very first things that I noticed from season 1 is that when Jeremiah shoots off a firework at them for kissing, it flashes a brilliant green color, the same green light that Gatsby himself is reaching for as he stands on his own dock from his own mansion, looking out across the water. When Belly comes out to find Conrad, he's standing at the dock, looking out across at the lights. And throughout this story and this series, we consistently see how important this dock is for almost every single character who comes here to find clarity, some retreat, or some perspective. This same striking, luminous green light is shining in this shot behind Conrad as he tragically watches the love of his life break up with him, he thinks, because he's just not good enough for her. The same green light is bathing Belly Conklin as she turns away sobbing, thinking that he has just broken up with her. The decision of the filmmakers to bathe or surround both characters with this green light seems to suggest an intention to introduce the green light that is so central to the story of Gatsby into the narrative of this season. And even this scene at the party at the beach house, this shot was intentionally composed to feature Belly in the forefront and Conrad in the background at a bit of a distance, standing in front of a wall of green lights. And this is, of course, where they take their Polaroid picture. Every single room is cast in a different light. And in opposition to the blue that she just skated through and will go back to when she interacts with Jeremiah, this room with Conrad in it is uniquely, purposely, I think, lit with a green light.
Is it cool that I said all that?
It's like not, actually.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. Just because you see good, behavior from him in one episode doesn't change every single thing he deliberately chose to do leading to this point. He made this happen. He consciously, deliberately made this moment and this disaster happen. And now that it's happened, he's having this oh crap moment where he's realizing this isn't what I actually wanted, is it? And he's realizing he can't ignore how stupid it really is and how awful it is that he did this. And honestly, what he should do is he should walk away. He should flat out apologize to Conrad. He and Belly should have time apart to process things. He chose this and he still chooses to go forward with it. Let's talk about the music choice for episode 8 and its parallel to The Great Gatsby. When they have decided to all drive home together, this song starts playing, which is Happy Together. It is interesting given how many tiny yet consistent allusions to The Great Gatsby the Summer I Turned Pretty creators have laid in each episode. Interesting that at this moment they would choose a song that is so central and prominent to Baz Luhrmann's adaptation of The Great Gatsby in his 2013 film. This sultry and ominous cover by the XX of a classic song is used in the film to cover, I believe, the montage that demonstrates the passion of Gatsby and Daisy's love affair when they reconnect with one another and how desperately they want each other until tragically in the end, Daisy does choose the safety and security and what she thinks in her mind is the hopeful future of Tom Buchanan rather than her past with Gatsby that was full of deep and true love. Okay, but Conrad, all of season 2, giving Belly, literally all of his shirts, right? His sweater on their trip to the beach house, his brown sweatshirt, and then he reveals in episode 8 that he was also going to get her a Stanford sweatshirt. It's giving this.
That we loved each other.
We did.
Okay, but hear me out. This is this, and this is this, and this is this, and this is this, and this is giving this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this entire concept are giving this, and this, and this, are giving this, and this, and this, and this, are her, and he is him, but she and her book are also him, and he is him. Meet Lacey Barone, and this is this, and this, and this, and this, and this are literally giving this. Yes, my feelings are still hurt from the comments that were made about my forehead today, and yes, I have been crying about it, but this comment was good enough that I have risen from the dead to show you that I was right. Because if there's one thing your girl will do, it is come to collect the receipts. Read it and weep. The Great Gatsby. Right there.